Welcome to Show and Tell. In this series, I review brand new games quickly and with as much detail as possible. Ready? Go. Daily Espada. Weird game. I have a lot of mixed feelings on this. It was kind of bizarre to play. It's a 2D action game based almost entirely on fighting bosses. You fight a few rooms of enemies on each floor, but mainly it's about the bosses. I want to get the negative stuff out of the way. The game has this overwhelming feeling of cheapness to it, and I'm gonna say the biggest contributors to that are 1. The lack of an options menu, which means it's impossible to change resolutions, etc. in game, which is a pain because the game is in windowed mode by default. I'm sure you can modify it in the INI file, but it really should be available to change in game. Bear in mind, I have a promotional copy of the game, so the lack of options might be something that's fixed on release. And 2, there is a window within the window that is the game. The game only uses about 50% of the screen real estate. Now, I think an element of this is an artistic choice in order to seem more comic book-like, but honestly, I think it's mostly in order to decrease the resolution and make it easier to run. So those things combined with lazy looking animations and a kinda lackluster art style, as you would expect, cheapen the whole experience. But it's actually a pretty fun game. For the most part, the boss fights are well designed and that the bosses are predictable yet challenging depending on what difficulty you play. I played on the level 4 difficulty and found myself going back again and again after dying before forcing myself to lower the difficulty. If I didn't have a review to write, I would have kept this game as something I keep returning to in order to have another shot at the boss. It's fast-paced and feels a little bit like Mega Man with the ranged attack, but there's also melee. There's quite a lot of special moves that are pretty satisfying to pull off when they're charged up, and there's a relatively unique mechanic with the power suit. I won't go too far into it, but basically you have armor and then your health, but when your armor breaks, you also do severely reduced damage while you wait for the armor to recharge. It's pretty cool and encourages the player to switch up their combat style. So the combat is pretty solid. I like the design of the bosses, but when they speak, I gotta say it's kinda cringeworthy. The voice acting is amateurish, but the actual writing is good. The emails you get from your wife and daughter are laugh out loud material. It's really good stuff. You get them usually between bosses, and it gives you this weird insight into the main character's normal life. So, a strange game. The combat reminds me of something like Dark Souls, being fair as it is, but it also has a low quality aspect to it. I actually don't know if I recommend it or not, and it's nothing to do with me being incompetent. I just don't know how much the game is going to be on release, which is the 30th of September, by the way. I emailed the developers after receiving my key asking about the price, but I didn't get a response. I don't know if they just didn't see my email, but whatever. I'd say the game is maybe worth $7 or $8, so if it's priced at $5, it's probably a steal, and if it's priced at $10 or higher, then maybe wait for a sale. You'll get maybe a few hours out of this game depending on the difficulty you choose. Thanks for watching. If this review helped your purchasing decision, consider leaving a like because that makes it easier for other people to find this video. If not, leave a dislike guilt-free, but try and leave me feedback on how I can improve next time rather than just a dislike. See ya!